Hello everyone, I am Elsie and welcome on back to Crystal's Dreamlight Valley. We are here today. We are going to be exploring the new Dapper Delights update as well as A Rift in Time Part 3. So we are also still wrapping up Mulan's update. Like her and Mushu are still only like level 2 or 3. So before I get started with anything, I'm going to go and bring them their daily things just to help them start getting leveled up a little bit. But I'm going to check my mail here, do all of the fun, just regular things. So let's see what mail we've got today. Culinary development. I just spotted what looks like a cookbook in the Glade of Trust. It was a little big for me to pick up and move around, but if you grab it, I bet we can find some interesting recipes in it. I believe that is how you start PT on a quest, if I heard correctly. An apology from the Forgotten. Oh, okay. Dear Crystal, I've been trying to figure out what the deal is with Skull Rock on Dazzle Beach. It's taking me a little longer than expected. I'm really sorry. I'm starting to remember some things, though. I think that we used to play inside of there with somebody. I wish I could remember who. Whoever it was. Do you think they might still be stuck inside? I have to figure this out. I'll let you know as soon as I find out more. Yours, the Forgotten. Yeah, they did kind of start out a whole, plot line with the Skull Rock where, it first opened or something, but then we weren't able to go inside, so I guess this is them saying, yeah, we know we kind of left you hanging with that one, but don't worry, it's coming eventually. So that's fun. Okay, and then people were kind of complaining about the whole wrought iron thing. I heard that it's hard to get it because he didn't give you enough for your quests and whatnot, and so yeah, he just gave us 15 wrought iron and 1,000 star coins. Very cool. Alrighty, so that looks like all of my mail, so I will go and drop all of that off inside, and like I said, go and get the favorite items for Mulan and Mushu, just to start leveling them up a little bit, and I will either do a little montage of that or check up with you afterwards. Oh, when I went to the aisle, this cutscene just started. Oh, or Eternity Isle Part 3. Little portals to Oswald's world, it looks like. And here we go from the promotional video. It's Steamboat Willie! Oh, poor Mickey. Yes, Eric and I were considering, I brought up the idea to him of watching every animated Disney movie in chronological order of when they came out and doing videos about reviewing them or rating them or things like that. So if you're interested in that, let us know. But we might start with something smaller, like all Pixar movies. There would be overlap and whatnot, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We're trying to come up with some movie things to do because yeah, obviously we're big Disney people because we love the Disney movies and also just other movies in general. So yeah, we want to start doing some movie stuff as well. I was actually thinking about creating sort of similar to a bullet journal type of thing, except I've been trying to get off of screens more, especially now that I'm doing YouTube and recording on screens and editing on screens and stuff. But yeah, just creating little movie review sheets, like a template, and then that I can fill out after I watch something, just for a little break for my eyes and just as something fun to do. And then maybe I could turn it into a shorts series or something like that, just going over my movie reviews. I think that would be fun. Hello, Mulan. Are you starting to remember the village more? My memories of the village before the forgetting are still a little vague, but I do remember some things. I remember setting up patrols to note where new night thorns were popping up. Did you stop the night thorns? We definitely tried. Back then, we didn't know you need Dreamlight magic to weed out night thorns, but we were determined never to stop fighting for the valley or each other. I'm really glad you came back, Crystal. Yeah, that's cool, a night thorn patrol. That's definitely something Mulan would do. Alright, gonna give her her stuff. Level 2 already. Awesome, awesome. Oh, and we got a quest for level 2. That's cool. Oh, I should have looked to see what kind of buddy I want to make her. Oh boy. I guess I'll make her gardening and Mushu fishing, maybe? Yeah. It's just the easiest way to level them up, honestly. Oh, that's cool. So they changed it so that if they have a quest and you talk to them, you actually have to pick it now, and it doesn't just automatically leap into it. I mean, they did have the option of like say yes or no, which helps, but yeah, I like this because if you just wanted to like do something else with them and you didn't want to bother with the quest right away. But yes, if you cannot tell, I am big on multitasking. Anytime I can have a lot of things and the potential to overlap things, I like a lot. So yeah, I like to get all of the quests at once and then yeah, just go and do whatever. Especially with I'm not diagnosed with ADHD, but I have a strong suspicion that I might have it at least a little bit. So yeah, I like to have lots of options of things that I can do. So the daily regime is her level 2 quest. Hey Crystal, I'm really enjoying myself here, but I could use a little help finding my bearings. Do you have a moment? Of course, what do you need? Well, one of the most valuable things I learned during my training was the importance of balance. You have to use the same discipline when caring for yourself as you do when facing physical challenges. Very true, self-care is important. If you don't, you won't achieve anything. Like when we were back in camp, you put the same dedication into your uniform and the camp as you did in the exercises, and all of that helped you excel. I'd like to create a similar daily regime for myself here, and I was hoping you'd join me. I guess a little order couldn't hurt. I bet you'll find it will actually help once we get started. I was thinking we should begin with a good meal. Specifically, I'm craving this new food Mickey introduced me to recently. Vegetarian pizza? Pizza? Well, that's unexpected, but I can make it happen. I'll make sure the ingredients are fresh too.
Okay.
Great, while you do that, I'm gonna make a new training plan. I know this will help me a lot. Oh, okay, so it looks like, because usually in the quest when they say, I'll make sure the ingredients are fresh, one of the requirements for the quest is to literally like plant and harvest the crops before you can even make the thing. But it looks like they're not doing that this time, so that's good. But I'm gonna give her her other
Hey there.
stuff. Hey there, Crystal. Oh no, why is this a starter? You're kind of tiny. Oh, a deserved reaction there, Mushu. Excuse me, I am not tiny, I am travel size. Travel size? So that Mulan can carry me all over China. Dragon Guardian of the Fa family,
That's
pocket size for your convenience.
funny. Got it.
I love it. I love Mushu. I love everything about it. Hey, you all play nice. You hear me? This is your Valley Guardian talking. Alright, gonna give him his daily gifts. And he leveled up to level 2, so I'm gonna make him a fishing buddy. And
All
then,
right.
ooh, this is nifty. You sure are bringing honor to your family. Oh no, why am I in the floor? Alrighty, Mushu's level 2 quest, a reminder in stone. Hey, Crystal, I need a little help here. It's about the forgetting. You got a minute? What's on your mind, Mushu?
Huh.
Well, I'm real happy to be here in the valley, and everything's starting to come back to me. Like, I remember that before the forgetting, I wasn't just Mulan's guardian. I was guardian for the whole valley.
This is
Problem is,
just
now that
too
I've remembered,
much.
I got this worry I can't shake. What happens if I forget everything again? Would a song help you make sure you don't forget? I like the way you think, but singing isn't really my thing.
That's funny.
Maybe we can put up a display, something that will always remind you who you are. How about like a big shield because you're a protector? I might not get the message with that. See, there was this time I used a shield as a snow sled, but that's not the point. I love the movie reference. That does give me an idea though. What if we made something like the great stone dragon statue from the Fa family's garden? It's a huge guardian statue that always inspired me to be a guardian. Here it could remind me that I am a guardian, like a giant symbol of my sworn duty. It won't bruise your ego?
Nice.
Please, I'm the guardian of an entire valley. I'm good. Now, we gotta get rid of any bad luck that might mess up the project.
What?
Since my pal Cricky isn't here, could you go back to our training camp and catch a few lucky bugs? While you do that, I'm gonna draw up some plans.
Remember now, always play nice with the other kids.
Alright, so he wants me to go catch lucky bugs in the Mulan realm. Interesting. Oh, and then I have to give him his other stuff as well.
Here's a lucky break.
He just blew fire on me. Oh my goodness, he's got little stick and he blows fire. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, oh, and he's cooking a dumpling. Oh my goodness. Alright, he's level 3. I don't know if that's a motif or a wallpaper maybe? I think it's probably a motif. Yeah, sorry guys if my mic is making weird noises. I'm trying out a clip-on mic and I think every time I hit something it makes a noise, so I apologize if you're hearing any interference with that, but I'm just checking in with Merlin now to start the Rifting Time Part 3. Crystal, we must stop Jafar's meddling with the spark of imagination. The color is slowly draining out of everything, and those mysterious rifts throughout the isle are a very ill omen. So how do we stop him? That is indeed the question, isn't it? We should start by investigating the strangest phenomena happening on the Isle.
What
That
nonsense!
is, have you noticed anything odd happening with Mickey? He seems to be flickering in black and white. Precisely. It's almost as if Mickey is caught between the present and the past. We must speak to Mickey and investigate this phenomena immediately. Oh, hiya, pal. I'm afraid I'm not feeling too good. Now all you're missing is a steamboat. You're right. I haven't thought about that in a long time. There has to be some way to fix this. How did it all start? You know, it was the strangest thing. I just woke up like this. But that's not all. When I flicker, it's not just me flickering, it's the whole island.
Huh?
It's like I'm seeing some other world. And I think I'm starting to get sucked into it. Merlin thinks that you're caught between the past and the present.
Ah,
I guess that makes sense. But that must mean that other world you're seeing. Could it be the past or somewhere between the now and the then? Question, do you think you can get this all figured out before I wind up stuck in that black and white world forever? We've got to fix whatever the heck is going on with the spark in order to help Mickey out. We don't want him to get separated from Minnie once again, although that would be an interesting plot thing if they, like, foil or whatever they call it, if Minnie went missing and then Mickey went missing.
well,
It's just as I feared. The past isn't just leaking into the Isle is also leaking into the past. If we don't stop this soon, I fear more villagers will be affected. I'm not letting that happen. Neither shall I. We must thwart Jafar's machinations before this goes any further. Luckily, I believe I found a secret path into the palace. Follow me.
well, you run
Do I
along
have to
now.
follow you? I know where it is. It's the trap door. Here, I'm just gonna... Don't mind me, just shortcut. I took a shortcut and he still beat me here. That's what I get for trying something different. Ooh, I got a clothing bag. Please be something new, please be something new, please be something new. It's not. Sad. I do like that new little animation though, that's cute.
Oh, hello.
Drat! When did this appear? The secret entrance to the palace is an old cellar door, tucked away right here in the
Such
lagoon.
a shame.
But now this rift in time has blocked the way. Totally not subtle plug at all. How do we get rid of this thing? It will be tricky, but we must heal this rift in time to proceed. Got it. So how do we do that? I deduce that all of the rifts across the Isle are connected to one another, and to the spark's magic. Therefore, if we close some of the other rifts, we might be able to weaken this one enough to seal it. How do we close the rifts? Can I use my hourglass? Unfortunately not. For this, we need a different sort of magic. Something that will allow us to tap into the power of the spark itself and turn it back on Jafar. I've done some research, and it seems that the key to the spark's power is using your imagination. No problem, I'm great at that. Yes, but I fear even for one as imaginative as you, some help might be needed. I suggest you seek help from Oswald. Why Oswald? Well, I've spent some time studying this fellow. He's quite fascinating. You see, before any of us were here in Dreamlight Valley, this place belonged to others, in the same way that the valley now shapes itself around your hopes, your dreams, and your memories. Once upon a time, it belonged to someone else, and Oswald was very special to them. I'm sure there are stories you cherish that were passed down from a trusted loved one. Well, Oswald is a bit like those stories, passed down. So how does that help us now? Well, Oswald surely must have some wisdom from seeing the ways that Dreamlight Valley and the Isle have changed, and if not, then perhaps he can give you a lesson in utilizing your ingenuity. Regardless, things, well, they do just seem to have a way of working out when Oswald is around, don't they? Got it. I'll go get help from Oswald. Yes, and hurry, Crystal. Seek help from Oswald so you can close the rifts and get us into the palace. Interesting. So, supposedly, if I am understanding correctly, the Isle and Dreamlight Valley and everything probably belonged to Walt Disney, which is a cool piece of lore. I mean, it makes sense. Certainly, certainly. And, oh yes, I need to go and get Remy's daily quest. I always forget about that now, but that is a thing that we can do. I mean, I think all it does is give us wrought iron, which I really don't need since I'm not a big decorator. But I mean, I feel like it gives us something else too. It gives us money or something, which I also don't need money. But I mean, it's more things to do, which I will never say no to more quests. So, Bon Appetit Stitch. Hey Crystal, I've got another cooking challenge for you. Today's customer is Stitch. He's really hungry, so this one's gonna be tough, even for you. He wants 5 orders of french fries, 5 fish sandwiches, 5 boba teas, 5 coconut cakes, and 5 cups of coffee. Oof, that made me tired just saying it. But Stitch said he has something awesome for you if you get it all. Sounds like a challenge, but I'll do it. Oh yeah, that's right. Or oh no, the people that you give the stuff to give you tips. I don't know if they've ever given me an item. We'll see. Sounds like a challenge, but I'll do it. Great, good luck, Crystal. I know you've got this. And remember to come visit me when you're done delivering your order. I'll have some wrought iron waiting for you.
Hope to see you soon.
Oh my goodness. Stitch, what on earth do you got going on here? Well, let's first make some of the vegetarian pizza for Mulan while we're here. Yeah, and I thought there was a way also to just sort this cooking menu by fully alphabetical rather than having it split into appetizers and all that fun jazz. Here's your pizza, my darling.
Yes.
Oh, Crystal, this looks amazing. It's great to be in the valley and try new foods, isn't it? It's not grandmother's kanji, but it is delicious. You should eat yours if you get tired during our strength building exercise. Let's get strong. You have a great attitude, Crystal. Today, we're going to work on our strength and focus by mining for materials. Lifting a pickaxe isn't just for your arms, it engages your whole body. Come on. And she wants me to mine for some gems. Interesting, interesting. So I guess I should have made her a mining buddy then.
Hello.
Yeah, I guess, tell me guys, if you don't mind me doing the ADHD jumping all around between different quest things, or if you would rather that I just stick with one quest line at a time, just to make things simpler and easier to follow. Yeah, I'm good to do whatever you guys like better. Oswald, I've got a funny question for you. Don't you worry, chum, I'm used to funny business. Spring it on me and I'll tell you what's what. You've probably noticed things around the aisle are turning black and white, including my friend Mickey. Merlin told me we need to use our imaginations to close the time rifts. Oh, have you come to the right rabbit? See, I've been doing some experience of my own. You know, tossing a few things into those time rifty thingamagummies to see where it happens. Did you discover anything? You betcha I did. Mostly nothing happened when I threw stuff in the rifts. But then I drew something funny on a napkin and tossed that in. After all I had to do was think about the rift closing and bam, it zipped right up. That's it. So all we have to do is make something using our imaginations and toss it into the rifts. Sure seems like it, except when I tried it again, I caught bupkis. I think each rift's gotta be closed by a different Joe's imagination. Got any tips for using my imagination? Absolutely. Maximizing your imagination is all about using what you got, but in funny kinds of ways. You know, like looking at stuff and asking what else it could be instead. Is a hat only a hat? Or is it also a giant soup bowl that leaks real slowly? Say, maybe you could try asking Rapunzel, Gaston, even that Mickey fella you mentioned. Sounds like Mickey's in heaps of trouble, so I bet he'd love to help. That Rapunzel sure has a great imagination. Gaston, well, since he imagines he's such a swell guy, he could probably imagine just about anything. And as for that clanking contraption Eve, gee, I'd sure like to find out what she could imagine if she put her gears to it. Great idea. Guess I'll go talk to Mickey, Eve, Gaston, and Rapunzel. Alrighty, more people to go and talk to about these new whips. There's one big one up there, and yeah, I haven't seen any of the small ones around, but I'm sure I will find them eventually. But let's see, Rapunzel's down there. Okay, everybody is around here, so I guess that's what we're gonna do quick. I keep going to that funny black and white place for longer and longer. It's starting to scare me. Don't worry, Mickey. I think I know how to fix all this. But I'm going to need your help. Whatever you need, Crystal, just tell me. We need to use our imaginations to close up some of the rifts around the aisle. Really? Well, I saw a rift open up. That's perfect. Why don't you show me where it is? You got it. Follow me. All right, Mickey. Where are you going to take me, buddy? Here you are, Mickey. Hello. Oh, there's a little mini rift here. Well, there it is. One giant time rift, just like you asked. How are we supposed to close it? Merlin said we need to use the power of our imaginations. It sounds like you and I will have to make something creative and toss it inside. But what should we make? Gosh, that's a good question. Tummy rumble. I guess I forgot to eat breakfast. I could really go for a hot dog about now. Say, cooking is pretty creative, right? Why don't we make some hot dogs and toss those in? Oh, wait. If it's all about imagination, then we need to think bigger. Why don't we make a whole hot dog cart? I'll start drawing up some plans. Could you go find the materials we'll need? Sounds good to me, but what should we make it out of? Oh, I'm sure there's stuff right here on the aisle. You're right, maybe I'll start with some brass and bronze ingots. I think I'm all out of materials for those, but my star path duty is to mine some, so that will help out. Actually, I'm gonna go give the stuff to Stitch, and then I will go to the Mulan realm. Alrighty, what are you gonna do with all this food there, buddy boy? Pikalagoo, is this all for Stitch? Please don't eat this all at once. Don't worry, Stitch very hungry. It'd be okay. Time to eat. Oh, too much. I told you so. Did it taste good at least? So good. But now Stitch feels so bad. Oh, for you. Taka. Uh, that's better. Whoa, 10,000 coins and 5 wrought iron. Oh, wow. Cowabunga indeed. Well, Crystal, how did things go with Stitch? Did you manage to actually make all that food? It was a snap. That's great. I'm glad to hear it wasn't too tough. Your skills are getting pretty incredible. Who knows? Someday you might open Shea Crystal. Here you go, some wrought iron courtesy of Mr. McDuck. Use it to build something great for the village. He gave me 8 pieces. Cool. So yes, I do think that's definitely higher than it used to be. So that's good to see. Alright. Off to the Mulan realm we go. Well, I mean, might as well talk to Eve while she's here. Beep 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 boop beep 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 boop. Directive, Wally! Are you okay, Eve? I kind of need your help with something, but if something's wrong, why don't we fix that first? Directive! You're pointing towards the ancient ruins at the docks. Do you want me to meet you there, Eve? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Beep beep boop! Well, okay, Eve, I'll meet you there. Wally get himself stuck or something? What's going on? Oh, so this is what you wanted to show me? Yep, that sure is a time rift. I need your help closing it, Eve. Think you can use your imagination? Huh? Not feeling too imaginative, huh? Well, what if we ask for some help? Wally seems to have quite the imagination. Wally! I guess we're going to enlist Wally's help with Eve's task. Makes sense. Okay, yes. I know that I always say I'm going to do one thing, and then I go do another thing. Sorry about it. Sorry. I know it's hard to follow and whatnot, That's just how it be. That's just how I be. Oh! Say, Wally, Eve and I need some help. We need to make something with our imaginations, but Eve's not feeling very imaginative. Hmm. Ooh! Where did we get? Oh, we got a camera! What's this, an old film projector? Wally, that's a great idea. We could make a movie. I'll go back to Eve and see what she wants to make a movie about. Woohoo! Here you are, darling. What do you think of Wally's idea? See this, Eve? Woo! Wally had a great idea. We can make a movie. I can take some pictures of you and Wally around the aisle and make a film reel to project with this. Then we can watch it together. Woo! Beep 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 boo! Who says robots can't use their imaginations? Take the following pictures of Eve and Wally together for the film reel inside the ancient ruins, inside Wally's house, inside Eve's house. Okay, I can do that. Are they both going to follow me around then for the pictures? I would assume so. Let's go talk to Rapunzel, see what she wants. Crystal, I'm so glad you're here. There's something I need to show you. I was exploring the aisle when this huge, jagged rift opened up right in front of me. That's funny, I was just about to come ask you about that. Those are time rifts, and I need your help to close them. You need my help? Well, I'd love to help in any way I can, but wait, how exactly can I help you with the specific problem? Trust me, you're perfect for this. Really? Perfect how? Your imagination is the key to closing the rifts. Really? But how? I think it'll go faster if I show you. Why don't you lead me to that rift you saw opening? Of course, follow me. Do you see it? It's so odd. Black and white can be wonderful for sketches, but when the whole aisle starts turning black and white, it's like having a big white canvas and only one color of paint to use on it. Don't worry, we'll fix it together. I know we will, but how? With your imagination, of course. I'm not sure I understand. You and I need to make something together, something using our creativity, and then toss it into the rift. The spark's magic runs on imagination, so if we can just do that, we can turn the power of the spark back around and close the rift. Oh, okay, got it. Only now that you've asked me to think of something creative, all of a sudden I can't think of anything. Try thinking nonsense until something creative comes out. That's what I always do. Nonsense. Nonsense like flap dangalang, glibbity flapperapper flu, flop dingy razzmatazz. Oh, that worked. I have an idea. That's not quite what I had in mind, but I mean, whatever works for you, girl. When Mother had locked me in my tower, once a year I would look out and see these lights in the distance. I'd love to build some floating lanterns with you. That sounds great. Why don't you start drawing up some designs while I find all the stuff we need? That sounds perfect. I think we'll need some tropical wood, bamboo, and rope. I can certainly do that. Okay, let's go talk to Gaston. And then we'll go to the Mulan realm. And then we'll see what we want to do from there. I am committing this time, committing. That was my new plan of action. Bristol, I'm not convinced the way you're running this island is the best. I've made a list of all the ways you can improve things here. Alright, let's hear it. First, I don't like how things keep turning black and white. I suggest you stop all that. Next, Eternity Isle needs more statues of me. One in Ancient's Landing, one in the Glittering Dunes, and one in the Wild Tangle. Anything else? Yes! Thirdly, the names of things around this isle need to change. I was thinking of Gaston's Landing, the Gastonian Dunes, and the Tangle Gaston. Fourthly, Eternity Isle, please. Everyone should be calling the place Gaston, or maybe Gaston's Eternity Isle. Is that your whole list? Hardly! Let me see. More sidekicks for me, daily performances to celebrate my feats, some sort of contraption to funnel eggs directly into my mouth even faster. Oh, Belle's love and admiration given only to me. That would improve things around here quite a bit, if you can manage it. Why don't we circle back to all that once we fix the more pressing issues around the Isle together? Alright, fine. What do you need? Those black and white rifts around Eternity Isle? I need your help to fix them. How convenient. A very pesky one just opened up in my camp. Follow me, I'll show you. Do you see this thing? It's blocking my entire camp. It's pretty annoying, but I know just how we can fix it. We need to use our imaginations together and make something to throw inside of it. Imagination? Huh! Who needs imagination when you have strength, courage, cunning? All of those things are useless to us right now. Useless? Impossible. Right so, only the magic of imagination will help us close this rift. But I'm not sure I've ever used my imagination before. That sort of thing is more for Belle, or her father Maurice. You know, odd people. Well, if it's something you've never done before, maybe you need an imagination coach? But who would be capable of coaching me? I think I've got just the lucky rabbit we need. I'll go ask Oswald. I have not gone back on my plan. I'm just continuing this train of tasks to completion, or to the end of a dialogue chain. That's what I mean when yes, at the end of a dialogue chain. That's my chain of events. Oswald, I need your help. There's a villager who's having trouble tapping into his imagination. No problemo. Tell me who it is and I'll have him imagine floating ponies eating ice cream in no time. It's Gaston. No way, nuh-uh, I ain't hoping that Palooka. He's hopeless. I was talking to him just the other day, and he started yammering on about hunting me and turning me into a stew. Oh, Gaston. You bet your magic fishing pole he did. Let me give you a piece of advice. That Gaston's got an ego even bigger than his biceps. You want to inspire him to be creative? Take him to some place and show him something that reminds him of his own heroism. That ought to do it. Not a bad idea. Thanks, Oswald. I'll go back and talk to Gaston. Oh, and don't worry about that hunting thing. I'll make sure that never happens. Well, what did that irritating rabbit say? He said you threatened to turn him into a stew. Threatened? Huh, I was merely speculating on how easy he would be to hunt and whether it'd be worth it. In the end, I decided he'd be much too stringy to make a satisfying stew. Let's just be clear. No hunting anyone, got it? Fine, but you won't stop me from target practice. I have to stay sharp. Target practicing is okay, but forget about that for now. What's important is Oswald suggested we go on a little island tour. An island tour? That's right, Gaston. We need to stir up your emotions, get you thinking on some of your past heroic deeds. Okay, so my computer just completely went to crap, so sorry about that. But basically, the only thing that you missed was that Gaston just told me that the place that reminds him of where he was heroic is where he was first shipwrecked at Eternity Isle, and so he told me to go meet him there, and so I am going to go and meet him over there. What's up, Gaston? You sad about your ship in the sand? This is it. When I was shipwrecked on the isle, the wave carried us all the way here into the desert. Okay, Gaston, think about that moment. Remember the salty sea air, the waves crashing against the hull? How did you feel? How did I feel? Hungry, I suppose. This is hopeless. Maybe there's someone else I can bring you. Perhaps if I could see the whole area and imagine how it looked from above, that might spark something. Great idea. Let's try to find somewhere like that. To hide the ground, the only place I can think of is right up there. But, oh, yeah, I guess that is where he wants to go. Ah, yes, this is a much better vantage point. From up here, the ship must have looked as tiny as one of those ships in a bottle. Wait a moment, a ship in a bottle. That would be something imaginative. Where I come from, great sea captains would have woodworkers make a ship in a bottle to remember their most illustrious expeditions. We must make something like that. Well, Gaston, I'm impressed. That's some good imagining. You start figuring out what the boat should look like. I'll go gather some materials. Alright, perfect. So it looks like we're going to be crafting another thing, which goes, again, perfectly with our Star Path duties, some crafting. And yes, okay, so I gotta keep mining, and I gotta keep in mind what I have to do for these. I will get the materials that I need for these couple quests in my inventory, just so that we can, well, no. I promised myself that once I reached the end of a dialogue chain, I would go and do the other thing. So I'm going to go to the Mulan realm for Mushu's quest. And see, I believe we're supposed to get some lucky bugs. Since Cricky is not here, very sad. Hopefully Cricky gets added as a companion soon. Pascal would also be very cute, or even Maximus. Having a full-size horse follow me around, yes please. Or even like as a mount. Pretty cool. Alright, so in the southern field, in the training camp, and in the eastern forest. Oh, there's one right there, it looks like. Come here! Oop. Oh, looks like I gotta push the button. Come here. This would be easier if I had more stamina. Okay. And if this way's east, then south would be over there. Come here, you little bug. There we go. Those don't look like Cricky at all. These look like some sort of like little beetle thing. Alright, got bugs, and got to bring them back onto Mushu. Yeah, I am really sad that I didn't have time to keep playing and finish the Inside Out event that was going on and get all of the limited time critters. I really wanted them, but you know, life life happens. I got you some bugs, buddy. Hey now, these are some of the luckiest bugs I've ever seen. I'll take good care of them while we build the statue and let them go once we're finished. Aw, like they're little pets. Yeah, maybe I'll even name them. Crawly, Skittery, and Flutter. Aw, they're so cute. Hey, you all. What's that? They say they can't wait to start. Listen to the bugs, Crystal. Let's get our plan for the statue going. We gotta scout the valley for the perfect place to put our statue. Let's both go look. And while you're at it, take this incense lantern. Carry it with you to spread good vibes and help you focus on finding the right spot. It'll also make the valley smell extra good. Oh, but I'd avoid doing that magic sparkly glider thing you do. The breeze blows out the lantern, so you gotta do this one on foot. That's interesting that it won't let you, like, sprint while you're doing it. That's really weird. I wonder if that's an intentional thing that they did, or if it was just causing a glitch, so they're like, don't do it. I'm assuming it won't let me find a place on the isle. I'm assuming it actually has to be in the valley, so yeah. Okay, I clicked it. It must be since I'm not in the valley. It's not gonna go. Yeah, see, this is the issue. It's like, I like to have all of the quests going at once. Then it's like, decision paralysis. I will go get the softwood, 8 glass, 3 rope for those quests. Who is this? Gaston. Ah, yes, because I got the pieces for his ship in a bottle. Crystal, this is just a bunch of wood and glass. I'm not very impressed by your making a ship in a bottle skills. These are just the materials. You have to make it yourself, Gaston. Come on, let's get to it. If I must. There. Good job, buddy. What do you think? It didn't look like he broke it open and taped it back together, but it would not surprise me. I detect a hint of jealousy, Crystal. Don't worry, someday you'll make something half as good. Let's go. Now we've just gotta go toss it into the rift. Oh yeah, it does look like it's cracked down the middle. It plays old music, that's funny. It's so beautiful. Almost ashamed to toss it in there. But I suppose I can always make another. Ah, did you see that, Crystal? The rift shrank away to nothing. All thanks to my glorious imagination. Yes, well done, Gaston. Pat on the back for you. Give yourself a pat on the back, I should say, because I'm not going to do it for you. Okay, so craft a floating lantern for Rapunzel. Oh, it's got Pascal on it. That's so cute. Oh, and this is going to use up all of my tropical wood. Okay, I'm going to have to go through and water those big plants. Get some more of that. Here you go, darling. Oh, these are so beautiful. But there's something missing. They're not floating? Well, no, not yet, but that's not what I meant. When I saw those lights in the sky from my tower, it wasn't just the lights that were magical, it was also the wish I made and held on to. That makes sense. So why don't we talk to some other villagers to discover what their wishes are? Then we can write their wishes on their lanterns before we throw them in the rift. That's perfect, Crystal. That's a cute idea, going around and collecting wishes. Let me guess. Does Gaston want a giant statue of himself erected in the valley? Is that his greatest wish? Gaston, I've got a question for you, and I'm kind of afraid to know the answer. What's your heart's deepest wish? My heart's deepest wish? No one's ever asked me anything like that before. My heart has so many wishes. But what's the biggest one? I suppose there is one thing I wish for most. Of course, I already have so many gifts. I'm handsome, strong, brave. Not hearing a wish yet. I'm feared by some, adored by the rest. But there is one person whose admiration eludes me. A certain brunette who spends too much time reading and getting ideas in her head. You understand now, Crystal? I wish that Belle could see me for who I truly am. Have you ever heard the expression, there are plenty of other fish in the sea? I don't want a fish, I want Belle. Gaston, it's just a metaphor. You know what? Don't worry about it. I need to get back to helping Rapunzel. That was going to be my second guess, was going to be Belle, but I was hoping that he had moved past that, but apparently not. Hey, Oswald, just wondering, what's your deepest wish? Check out you with the oddball questions. Let me think. You know what? All my wishes have a funny way of coming true. Guess I'm just lucky like that. Seriously? So you don't have any big unfulfilled wishes? Hmm. I got nothing. Guess I'm more of a hop into the day and see where it takes me kind of guy. Makes sense. Thanks, Oswald.
Let's dust up.
No wishes at all. Wouldn't that be the life? Oh, Eve, I've got a funny question for you. What's your heart's deepest wish? I just know you have one. Oh, Wally, plant, earth. Oh, right. I guess sometimes it really is that simple. Wally, and plants, and earth. I'm assuming she's saying to replant the earth, make it all good again, and have Wally at her side while she's doing it. Very cute, very wholesome. Gosh, I'm glad to see you, pal. Don't suppose you figured out how to fix whatever's going on with me, have you? I'm working on it right now. I just need one thing from you. Of course, just name it. What's your heart's deepest wish? Yeah, that's how I feel too. That's quite a personal question, ain't it, Mickey? Wow, you sure do ask some interesting questions, Crystal. But if it'll help, I'll tell you. I guess my deepest wish is just for me and all my friends to be happy and together. Life's most fun when it's like one big picnic with your pals, don't you think? Oh dear, agreed. Hey, I hope that helped. You got everyone's wishes? Well, not Oswald's. It seems like he's just too used to all his wishes coming true. But I got everybody else's. Great, I'll just write them down on the lanterns. Now, follow me. Let's go toss them into the rift. Well, here we go. It's kind of like throwing an acorn into a cooking pot, isn't it? That's a game I used to play with my friend Pascal. Did you see that, Crystal? The rift shrank and disappeared. Thanks for your help, Rapunzel. Couldn't imagine doing it without you. Huh? Oh, imagine. I get it. Alrighty, 2 out of 4 complete. Awesome, awesome. I think I will the pictures with Eve inside Eve's house. Will they teleport to me if I go there? They do. Awesome possum. Alright, everybody get in the picture. Come on. Cute, cute. Right, to the ruins. Would have been convenient if I did this last, because then I probably could have just did it right in here, but you know. Eve is not interested, apparently. She is way too interested in the rift. The last photo that I needed was Wally's house, which was back in the valley, and since I didn't want to go back there yet, I shifted my focus to mining materials for Mickey's and Mulan's quests. I brought Mulan along with me, even though she's not a mining buddy, just so she could keep getting XP as I worked. I needed gems for Mulan and brass and bronze to make Mickey's hot dog cart. Once I had crafted the cart, I handed it over to Mickey. Say, this looks great. There's only one thing missing. The hot dogs. That makes sense. Lucky for us, I've got a pretty good recipe for it. Oh, and hey, when I got brought to that funny black and white world, I found this neato hot sauce you can use. I'll get cooking. Alrighty, how many hot dogs do we gotta make for Mr. Mickey? 2. And yes, I think I'm just gonna finish up Mickey's quest here, and then Eve's. There might be one other thing. Toon dog. 3 different kinds of meat. Yeah, that's pretty much what a hot dog is. I'm gonna finish up Mickey's. I'm gonna finish up Eve's. And yeah, I think that'll be it for the day. And then we'll see if we get a cutscene or something at that point, but otherwise I will leave it off there. Please stop merging together. Pretty please. Hot dog! Those are some nice hot dogs, Crystal, huh? I'll add them to the hot dog cart. Ta-da! Only one thing left to do. Let's meet at the rift. Will do after I've gone and taken the picture with Wally and Eve for their quest. Alright, last picture, guys. Let's make it a good one. Yeah, good enough. Oh, never mind. I guess I am not going to be finishing that today because I need more pieces than I have the time or the energy to get currently. So, in that case, I think I will just go and plant my pumpkins with Mulan in order to try and level her up a little bit more. So, yeah, I think that'll be it for this episode. I was hoping that we would get to Tiana at some point, but I do just have so many other things to do since I am a whole update behind. And yeah, I am just, I guess, more curious in the Eternity Isles Part 3 right now than I am with getting Tiana, just because we have been working on and waiting for Eternity Isles for so long. But yeah, so next time we will finish up Eve and Mickey's quests to see what's going on with the Isle. We will continue working on leveling up Mulan and Mushu, work on their quests. Then if we hit a bit of a roadblock or if we just get bored, we can go and try and start working on Tiana. Because, yeah, I believe all you need to do is get the cookbook in the forest, if I've heard correctly. Just get her. So, yeah, definitely looking forward to all of that. And I can't wait to see you guys next time. Thanks so much for watching, and be sure to subscribe to join the hobby ever after. Alrighty. Say bye-bye, you guys. Bye-bye.